Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to discuss about the principle of moments. So what are the principle of moments? So I am writing the topic is here, the principle of moments. First of all, I want to tell you the definition of the moment. What is the moment? So the moment of a force is a measure of its tendency to cause a body to rotate about a specific point or axis. So it may be clockwise or it may be anti-clockwise. So if you are taking clockwise, so it is, if you are taking it as positive, so you are taking this anti-clockwise is negative. If you are taking it as this is negative, so this should be positive. It's up to you, it's your own choice. Okay, next what we have to discuss, what is the unit of the moment is. So moment is equals to force into the displacement, or moment is equals to force into the moment arm. So what it will be, force, the unit of force is Newton, and the unit of moment arm is meter. You can say in a matrix system, so it will be Newton into meter. If you are coming in the foot pound seconds, so what will be the unit of moment is pounds into feet. So you can write it. So what is the principle of moments is here, so we will discuss it here. If the anti-clockwise moment, if the anti-clockwise, and you can also say it counterclockwise. Counterclockwise and anti-clockwise is the same thing. If the anti-clockwise moment and clockwise moment are equal, so the equilibrium condition is achieved. So how can I say this? For example, you have already studied in the intermediate, if we have fulcrum over here and this is seesaw, there is a weight W1 and this is the weight W2, and its length from the center of fulcrum is, you can say, D1, and it is D2. So what does it mean by that? The anti-clockwise moment, this is anti-clockwise moment. If it comes down, so it will be anti-clockwise moment, and this will be clockwise moment. If it comes down, so it will be clockwise moment. If M1, moment 1, it is anti-clockwise moment, is equals to M2 clockwise moment, so what does it mean by that? Then equilibrium condition is achieved, and this is the balanced, and this is balanced. So what can I say? That this is known as the principle of moments, and once something is balanced, something is balanced, so what can I write down here? Total clockwise moment, or you can also write down total anti-clockwise moment, it's up to you. Total clockwise moment, I can say that, is equals to total anti-clockwise moment. What does it mean by that? If I write it down like this is the summation of moment m1 minus m2, so it will becomes equals to 0. So what can I write it down here? I can write summation of the moment is equals to 0. We have already seen that when we have equilibrium condition, then summation of horizontal forces is equals to 0 and summation of vertical forces is also equals to 0. And if you are coming into the static equilibrium, we are talking about the static equilibrium conditions. So what we have to say, that summation of all the moments is equals to 0 if we have equilibrium condition. So what can we do in this case? You have a best example of equilibrium condition or principle of moment is the seesaw, which is normally you can see in the parks. So if we have a question that, for example, I have a fulcrum over here and I am drawing it. For example, this is question number 1, and there is a force acting downward that is 120 Newton, and this is the force that is F. We don't know about this, we have to find out its value, and its length is from the center is 6 meter, and its length of F force is 8 meter from the fulcrum. This is known to be fulcrum, and you can also say pivot. So what can I write it down here? It moves anti-clockwise downward, and this is clockwise direction. So what I have to do, I know that m1 is equals to m2 according to the equilibrium conditions. So for example, I have to suppose this is F1, or you can also say W. So I am writing here F1, this is F2, this one is D1. It is not given in the question, I am assuming it myself. So what I have to do next, I know that moment 1 should be equals to F1 D1 and moment 2 should be equals to F2 D2. So what I have to write down here, F1 is equals to 120 Newton, D1 is 6 meter, F2 is unknown, we have to find it out with the help of principle of moments. So and the value of D2 is 8 meter. So what I have to do, F2 is equals to 120 into 6 divided by 8. So what I have to write it down here, 120 into 6 divided by 8 is equals to 90. So F2 comes out to be 90 Newton. So this will be the force of F2. This is the equilibrium. If I want to prove it that m1 minus m2 coming out to be 0, so how can I prove it? Look here. For example, I am writing m1 minus m2 equals to 0. So what I have to do, look here, this is F1 D1 minus F2 D2. So I have to put all the values here. The value of F1 is 120, D1 is 6 meter, F2 we have calculated is 90, and the D2 value is 6 equals to 0. So what I have to do here, our D2 value is 8. Sorry, by mistake I wrote 6. So what I have to do, 120 into 6 minus 90 into 8. So the answer is coming out to be 0. So it is proved. You can see that the equilibrium condition is achieved, proved. So you can see this is an equilibrium condition, it is not moving, it is static. Both this line is accurately founded, it's straight, not like this. For example, I will tell you if the weight is greater or like this, if this is the way. So what I have to do, if somewhere, if not, this is not the equilibrium condition, so this will be the case like this. It can be like this, as you have seen in the seesaw. So if I am moving into the next question, so what I have to do, for example, I have another question is that this is a pivot, and you can also say this is fulcrum. We have to calculate its weight here. This we know that is 110 Newton. This is 2.2 meter. It is given in the question. This is 1.2 meter from the center. So what I have to do, again I have to do m1 equals to m2. So for example, I am writing it here. This is f1, this is d1, this is d2, and this one is f2. So I have to find out f1 from here. So f1 d1 equals to f2 d2. This is f1, and the value of d1 is 1.2, is equals to 110 into 2.2. So what I have to do here, I have to calculate it. 110 into 2.2 divided by 1.2. This should be 201.67. If I want to make a cross check here, 110 into 2.2 divided by 1.2, so the answer will be 201.67 Newton. So this force is greater. So this is the way to calculate F1. So if I am moving towards the next problem, so what is the next question is? Next question is that this is the diagram, this is D, this weight is 30 Newton is given to us, this is 6 meter, and this one is the 10 Newton. So what I have to say, this is F1, F2, and this is D1, and D2 equals to D here. So what I have to write down here, M1 moment 1 is equals to moment 2. So what will happen, F1 D1 is equals to F2 D2. So F1 is 10 Newton, D1 is 6 meter, is equals to 30 into, I can write D here. So what it will be, 10 into 6, 60. So I can write 60 here equals to 30D. So I can cancel this 0. So 6 divided by 3, 2. So therefore D equals to 2 meter. So this will be the answer. This is the value of D, and in this way we will achieve equilibrium condition, and we can easily apply the law of movement. Practically, how can we do that? We have apparatus in the lab, and what we have to do, we have this diagram, and for example, I have a weight hanging over here. This is the weight hanging over here, and its weight is, for example, 5 Newton. This is 0.5 meter from the center, and other weight is also hanging, and I don't know its the quantity of its weight, so I am taking it as force, and its length from the center is 0.25 meter. So what I have to do here, again I have to take M1, this is force, M1 equals to M2. So what I have to do, M1 is equals to F into 0.25 is equals to 5 Newton into 0.5. So I have to calculate this force. So how can I calculate it? F equals to 5 into 0.5 divided by 0.25. So the answer will be 5 into 0.5 divided by 0.25, and this is coming out to be, therefore F equals to 10 Newton. It is greater than the other force which we have given in the question. So this will be the answer, and this is the way to apply the equilibrium equation, and this is also known as principle of moments. So if we have another question, and this is the fifth one, what we have to do, we have the weights hanging like this, and this is 20 Newton, and this is the fulcrum, and another weight is hanging here, and I don't know how much it is, and this is F, and its length from the center is 12 meter. Its length from the center is 8 meter. Practically this fulcrum should be longer, as we can easily hang this weight. So what we have to do next, you know very well, moment 1 equals to moment 2. So we can calculate it. How can we calculate it? 20 into 12 is equals to F into 8. So what should I do? I have to write it down. F equals to 20 into 12 divided by 8. So it will be 20 into 12 divided by 8, and this will be equals to, F is coming out to be 30 Newton. This is the answer. If you want to make a cross check, so you can also do this 20 into 12 divided by 8, because we don't want to take risk in examination. So this is 30 Newton. So what I have to do next, always keep in mind that if you have two forces, two weights on the anti-clockwise direction, and the other side has also two weights, so what we have to do? So for example, if we are having weight is hanging here, and this is F1, and there is another weight is also hanging, and we are saying it this F2. There is another weight is hanging here, and it is F3. Another weight is hanging here, that is F4. For example, so what we have to do, always keep it in mind, we have to measure the distance from the center. So this is F1, so this one is the D1. This is F2, so we are taking it as D2. For example, if this is F3, so we are taking it as D3, and if this is F4, so we will take it as D4. So we always have to take the distances from the center. So what we have to do, for example, I have a question, and this is on this topic, for example. So what we have to do, for example, this is the fulcrum, and we are having weight here, this is 6 Newton. Its distance from the center is D, and there is a force is 20 Newton, another force is 5 Newton, and its distance from the center is 0.25 meter, and its distance from the center is 0.5 meter. So what we have to do, always keep it in mind that M1 is equals to M2 plus M3. Now we have two forces are here, only one force is here. So for example, for this what we have to do, M1 plus M2 equals to M3 plus M4. So what can I write it down? F1 D1 plus F2 D2 is equals to F3 D3 plus F4 D4. This is the way. So what I have to do next, I have to write down F1 D1 is equals to F2 D2 plus F3 D3. So what I have to write it down here, this is M1, so F1 D1, so 6 into D is equals to, so this 2 Newton should be multiplied with 0.25, so 2 into 0.25 plus 5 should be multiplied with 0.5, so 5 multiplied by 0.5. So it will be 6D is equals to 2 into 0.25, and this is coming out to be 0.5 and I have to multiply 5 into 0.5, so it will be reduced to half, so it will be 2.5. So I have to add 0.5 into 2.5, so it is coming out to be 3. 6d equals to 3. So what can I write down here? D equals to 3 upon 6. So if I divide it, so I will get 0.5. So D is coming out to be 0.5 meter. So in this way, we will be able to apply the principle of moments. For example, I have another question, and which is what? For example, I have this question is here, and there is a weight 24 Newton, and its distance is 0.8, and this is in meters, and this is W, and this one is 0.4 meter. So what I have to do in it is the 7th question. So what I have to do, M1 is equals to M2. So for example, M1 is equals to 0.8 into 24, and you can also write 24 into 0.8, and this is W into 0.4. So what it will be, W is equals to 0.8 into 24 divided by 0.4. So what I have to do next, 0.8 into 24 divided by 0.4, the answer is coming out to be 48. Let me check it again. 0.8 into 24 divided by 0.4, so the answer will be 48. So therefore W is coming out to be 48 Newton. It is greater than this weight. So this will be the answer. So this is the way to calculate equilibrium of a particle, in which we have done what? We have to sum up all the moments is equals to 0. So then we will be able to achieve equilibrium condition. So it will remain static and it will be in equilibrium. That's it for today's lecture.